Welcome to Gradeup and welcome to another class of State of International Affairs. And in today's class, we're going to deal with a very important African country, which has become very important, especially for the Indian relations in the Indian-African continent relations, which is Ethiopia. Okay. Last week, the Ethiopian Deputy Prime Minister, and he's actually the Foreign Minister, he has visited India. He was here for a 4-day visit, and two very important agreements were signed. Okay, but more than the agreements, what is important is the India-Africa Business Forum, okay, which is between the ASSOCHAM and Africa, and how they're trying to focus on the AfCFTA, okay, the African Continental Free Trade Area. So we'll have a small gist of what is, where is Ethiopia, what is its geographical location, and what is the importance of Ethiopia, what is the importance of Africa for India, okay. Good afternoon, Nandini. Good afternoon, Tanvi, Sweksha. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is B. Teja Sir. I've graduated from IIT Kharagpur and I worked at Where Minerals, an MNC for 2 years. And I've been teaching UPSC students for the past 2 years. So you can follow me on Gradeup. You can see the follow button. So you can press the follow button so that whenever my class is about to go online, you'll be notified about it. And one more important update for you. Presently for UPSC EPFO examination, there is only 74 days left, my friends. And for CSE examination, only 123 days are left. Okay, so as you're seeing the daily countdown, the number of days they're becoming lesser and lesser. And the pressure which is on you shouldn't be getting higher and higher if you're preparing for UPSC with your sincerity and utmost hard work. Okay, if you're in touch with Gradeup every day, if you watch the free sessions every day, if you watch the super classes every day, at least from now on, you should be trying to hit the 6-hour mark. Okay, the 6 to 8 hour mark consistently in your preparation, you should be able to hit, including the classes. Okay, if you'll be able to hit that in 123 days, the success is going to be yours. Okay, for UPSC CSE 2021. Okay, it's a fancy number. 1, 2, 3 days are left. So if you're planning to kickstart your preparation, this is a great time to start. Okay, so coming to the news, India, Ethiopia, they have signed agreements on visa facilitation and leather technology. Okay, they have signed 2 agreements related to visa facilitation leather technology. The Ethiopian Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Mr. Demeke Mekonnen. Okay, Demeke Mekonnen Hassan, and our External Affairs Minister, S. Jaishankar. Okay, they have signed this agreement. So he was on a 4-day visit. It was not a virtual or online sort of forum. He had physically visited India. So that's why it becomes a bit more important. So, and you should be also knowing Ethiopia, whenever you're reading the international affairs, whenever you're seeing any news related to IR, the first thing you should be doing is, especially if there are African countries, South American countries, of which the geography you're not very well aware of, you should see the political map and the physical map of the place. Okay, if you see the political map, the Ethiopia comes in something called as a seed countries. These are called as seed countries. Your Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Djibouti. Okay, and please note that Ethiopia is landlocked. Okay, it is very close to the coast, but Eritrea is blocking it. Okay, it is completely landlocked. So it depends upon your Eritrea and Djibouti for its sea trade. Fine, and it's bordered by Somalia, which is the Horn of Africa. These seed countries are called as the Horn of Africa countries. Seed is just a trick. Don't use it anywhere. Just an acronym so that you'll remember them better. SEED. They are the second. Yeah, excuse me. They are the Horn of Africa countries. Okay, so they're the Horn of Africa countries, and SEED we are having. Okay, it's completely landlocked also. And what is the capital of Ethiopia? It is Addis Ababa. Okay, the AfCFTA, which we shall see in today's class, was also signed at the Addis Ababa. Okay, it is a very, I mean, as you can see, it is quite a sizable country. It is very important. Even if you see world history, the Ethiopia, the Abyssinia. Ethiopia was earlier called as Abyssinia. Okay, the earlier name of Ethiopia was Abyssinia. So it was famous for its wars against Italy, where it had won some major battles against Italy during the 20th century, early 20th century. And if you see the physical map, you can see Ethiopian highlands. Okay, important, your Blue Nile passes through here. Then you have the Great Rift Valley, Ahmar Mountains, and the Afar Triangle. Okay, Afar Triangle is also important. It has the Diang Kilin Mountains. Okay, in geography, you'll be studying all this. So Afar Triangle, the Blue Nile, Ethiopian Highlands, Ahmar Mountains, and Umar Rift Valley. Okay, your Rift Valley also is important. Presently, I hope you know, in Africa, there's a Rift Valley which is emerging throughout, which is meeting the Red Sea. Okay, the Red Sea countries. So it passes through Ethiopia. Okay, and even a lot of anthropological specimens and archaeological specimens are also regularly mined from Ethiopia. And it's also important for the business commodities. There is the new sort of oil and petroleum and natural gas resources which is seen in the Afar area, Afar Triangle area. And the rare earth minerals and minerals are also mined on a large scale in Ethiopia. Though it is landlocked, though it doesn't have a major commerce sort of setup, it's important in this way for the commercial advantage. Okay, so please remember the map of it, and it's not it is landlocked, it doesn't have a port. That is the most important part which they can ask in the UPSC Prelims exam. Fine. So coming to the meeting, the Ethiopia Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen, he had visited India for a 4-day meet. Okay, he inaugurated a new chancery and residence at Ethiopian Embassy, and he had met S. Jaishankar, the Minister of External Affairs, at Hyderabad House. Okay, Hyderabad House is not in Hyderabad, it's in New Delhi. I hope you're aware. This is where the high-level diplomatic and foreign policy meetings are conducted, at Hyderabad House. It is near your India Gate itself. You can see the Hyderabad House. Okay, similarly, they have signed 2 memorandum of understandings, mutual visa exemption for holders of diplomatic passports, and MOU between the CSIR and the Central Leather Research Institute in India. Okay, and the Wallo University of Ethiopia. Okay, CSIR, Central Leather Research Institute, and the Wallo University, they have signed something related to leather. Okay, this is important for your banking and SSC exams. For the UGC NET exams, they very frequently they ask you questions on the agreements and MOUs which are signed. Okay, which of the following agreements are signed between 2 countries? At least the last 6 months before the UGC NET exam, you should mug up all the agreements. Okay, they are very commonly asked. For UPSC prelims, they don't ask much about the agreements, but still you can remember. Okay, when you're writing about any visit of the country or in your mains exam, you can definitely mention them. And what is more important for us in today's class is yes, Nisha, this is primarily an English medium class. आपको कहीं दिक्कत हो रहा है with the terms in English as I'm explaining, you can ask me, I'll tell you in Hindi also. Fine. What is important more for today's class is the India-Ethiopia Business Forum. Okay, this is extremely important. This was hosted by ASSOCHAM. ASSOCHAM, in association with the Embassy of Ethiopia in New Delhi, they have organized this India-Ethiopia Business Forum. Mainly for the investment opportunities in Ethiopia, they were highlighted by the Ethiopian side Indian investors. This was attended by our Bellamvelli Muralidharan. Okay, he's the Minister of State. The Minister is S. Jaishankar, and V. Muralidharan, he's the Minister of State for Ministry of External Affairs. Okay, and see, even this is how the appointments and this is how the persons and news has to be studied. If you're studying for UGC NET, banking, SSC, and other exams, you can't just go through a list. In your current affairs magazines and the newspaper related magazines which you have, they'll just give you one big list. Who are the ministers of state? Who are the Ministry of External Affairs? Just mugging up that list won't sort of fit in your memory. Your memory, it works on the principle of association and retrieval. So only when you can associate things, it will be stored in your memory. So That's the reason why I strongly dissuade also my students from reading this current affairs ready-made material. Okay, it takes time. Current affairs takes time. You need to have a lot of passion and dedication while reading current affairs. See, now when you're reading this, Minister of State V. Muralidharan, you can connect it. That a meeting is going on between India and Ethiopia, and Mr. Muralidharan is talking, so that a mental image is formed and you can remember his name better. Okay, and Asocham has said that India is looking to work closely with the AfCFTA. Okay, what is this? We'll be seeing now. It is your African Continental Free Trade Area. Okay, so in 2019, actually in 2019, 54 of the 55 African countries, they have signed it. Okay, most of the countries, this is an old image of the signed in ratification of 2018, but in 2019, 54 of the 55 countries, they have signed it. Okay, on the pan-continental free trade zone. Okay, it could unite almost around 1.3 billion people. Okay, so as much as the population of India, the entire African continent, they're having a free trade area. So just like how we have the SAFTA, of course, the SAARC free trade area is a very failed model, mainly because of Pakistan's reluctance. But you can compare with the ASEAN. The ASEAN free trade, how they have the free trade area in their zone. So in that way, they want to develop this AfCFTA. Okay, actually earlier also there was the Organization of African Unity, Organization of African States. It was there since 2004. Then there was a Lagos Declaration. You'll be studying all this in your IR classes of the African Unity. Lagos Declaration was there. And since 2015, actually, they're trying to get this AfCFTA. And this was finally signed in 2019. And it will create a 3.4 trillion economic bloc and boost trade within the continent itself. Okay? Because presently, if you see intra-African imports, they are only 19% of total trade. Compared to if you see intra-Asia, the ASEAN regions, they have 59%, and intra-Europe, they have 69%. So mainly to boost the internal trade. And when the internal trade is boosted upon, they can be external connections. For example, can somebody tell me what is the grouping of ASEAN free trade countries, the countries which have the free trade agreements with ASEAN? नदीम जी, मैंने वही बताया था कि ये इंग्लिश मीडियम क्लास है, ये जो क्लास हमने शेड्यूल किया है. आपको कहीं दिक्कत हो रहा है, कहीं पे भी कोई टर्म समझ नहीं आ रहा है, आप मुझे पूछ सकते हो. I'll tell you in Hindi. What are the grouping of countries which have a free trade with ASEAN nations? Anyone? ASEAN countries, they have more or less free trade. I hope you know the 10 countries which are there. But there are some free trade countries, like you can see your Singapore, your South Korea. Singapore is part of your ASEAN. South Korea, your China, the India, Australia, New Zealand, Japan. These are part of one. What is this? No, not BIMSTEC, Ashok Babu. BIMSTEC doesn't have a free trade area with ASEAN. Anyone? No, not Quad. Quad countries, they don't have a free trade area with ASEAN. I'm talking of ASEAN's free trade agreement countries. They are your RCEP. Okay, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership which you have. It includes your South Korea, China, your Australia, New Zealand, Japan and India. Okay, so in that way, initially ASEAN grew strong and later they had FTAs with the other countries. So the African continental free trade area can also evolve like that. Initially, the African countries, they can form this strong economic bloc because in Africa, there are a lot of issues. There is no unity of the African nations. There are different regimes. There are some dictatorial regimes. There are some democratic regimes. And, there are neo-imperialism by China, which is going on. So there are a lot of issues with Africa. So if this AfCFTA can grow well, this free trade agreement area, if they can grow well, then they can have free trade with the other countries like India, China and other countries. and on the whole, even the other countries would be developed. That is the sole idea between AfCFTA. So African and international investors, they'll benefit from the agreement, and it will make it easier for businesses to expand operations across the region. So China is said to have played a role in the trade pact. China-Africa trade is amounting nearly to $150 billion in 2017. Okay, so there is a huge trade between China and Africa. So in that way, China will definitely benefit, but India also can benefit by this AfCFTA. And what is this AfCFTA? It is a free trade area, so there will be tariff reduction, elimination of the non-tariff barriers, supply chains, dispute settlement. It will be like a mini WTO. In fact, it is the largest free trade area in the world since World Trade Organization. Okay, after World Trade Organization, it is the largest FTA in the world. That's why I'm stressing so much on it. That's why it's important. So all these facts are important for you. How many countries are there? How many billion people would be involved? And what is the role of China? And what are the initiatives under AfCFTA? And it is the world's second largest free trade area after your WTO. Fine. And if you see India and Africa, I mean, not the other angles, only at least the economic angle, since the ASOCHAM has been involved here. Africa is already an important economic partner for India. We are having roughly $70 billion trade. Okay, what is China? China is $150 billion. So China has almost double of our trade. Nevertheless, while India's global exports have been stagnant, African exports, they have surged. So Africa has a lot of unfulfilled demand for Indian commodities like foodstuffs, finished products, your services like IT, ES, healthcare, education, skilling, expertise in management, financial services, insurance. For all of this, Indian exports are very famous in Africa. So by growth of this AfCFTA, definitely India can prosper. Okay, India can prosper from such free trade area in Africa. Okay, for example, and India is also involved in mainly in the pharmaceutical sector. Okay, for example, in the Sagar 2.0. In Sagar 2.0 also, India had sent the COVID-19 vaccines, the COVID-19 pharma and the related foodstuffs mainly to the South Sudan. So the South Sudan and the African countries we had sent. Okay, through the INS Airavat. So in that way also, India and your Africa, they are closely linked. And the cross linkage of 3 million strong Indian diaspora across Africa is very valuable. Okay, there are almost 30 lakh strong Indian diaspora in Africa. And India can help the African Union Commission to prepare the requisite architecture like common external tariffs, competition policy, IPR, because these are the ones which are new to Africa. Okay, Africa has never been a strong homogeneous sort of monolith. They're always sort of divided. So now if they're coming together as FTA, India can help in building the architecture, common external tariffs, and mainly the IPR, the labor issues and others we can help. And once AfCFTA is accepted, India can contemplate on India-Africa FTA, as I told. Okay, so the aim is, initially they should internally have an FTA, they should become a strong grouping, and later with India they can have an FTA. Okay, Swati, pharmaceuticals are your medicines. Okay, so that's it, friends. That's the most important news. Actually, this is more of a news for your objective exams. What are the memorandum of understanding which are signed? What are the agreements which are signed? And what is Ethiopia's position? Where is it on Africa's map? And of course, the AfCFTA. Okay, AfCFTA is important for Ethiopia because Ethiopia was leading this AfCFTA. It was one of the foremost countries to sort of bring up this AfCFTA. Okay, so if you like the class, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the class. And also people watching on YouTube, please download the Gradeup app, because on Gradeup app there are a lot of free classes for your benefit. People watching on YouTube, okay, there is the 8:30 class, 9 a.m. class, 10 a.m. class, 11 a.m. class, 12 p.m. class. So on an hourly basis there are free classes for you. Okay, so please download the Gradeup app and you can attend these classes on an hourly basis. Like this class, it will be conducted every day from Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. Okay, and I hope you're aware we are also having the Gradeup Super subscription, and presently as part of the Gradeup Super subscription, we are having the flat 50% off. Okay, you can use the code FEB50, in which you'll be getting 50% off. We have the 3-month course, 6-month course, and 12-month course. You can see the prices of 3-month courses. It's 4,000, 7,000, 8,000, but you'll be getting at 50% off presently at 2,000, 3,500, and 4,000. Okay, so it has just started yesterday, and the offer might run out soon. So if you're strongly thinking for UPSC 2021, this is a chance you should grab up on. Okay, FEB50 code you can use, where you'll be getting 50% off. And what is Gradeup Super? By this Gradeup Super subscription, you'll be getting complete access to all the running and upcoming courses of UPSC CSE and EPFO exams. Okay, there is no need to purchase separate courses for different exams. Just with one subscription, you'll be getting access to all the classes. Okay, be it the UPSC classes or the EPFO classes or the NCERT classes. If there are any subject-wise classes like the science and technology, international relations, like the series classes, you'll be getting complete access to that. Okay, just one subscription. Generally, you'll be going through different courses, different faculty. You'll be wasting your time, money, and efforts. So to save upon that, you can purchase a Gradeup Super with just one subscription. All the courses are there at your hand. And there is a best experienced faculty. Like you can see Abhishek Rathod sir, Kunwar Pratik sir, Rohan Tyagi sir, Harshmeet Singh sir, Vasu Katara sir. So all of us, you can see us also in these free classes. Okay, you can see the demo classes about our teaching skills, and you can join the Gradeup Super. Okay, and all of us, we have the separate subjects for history, economics, geography, polity, ethics. Based on different subjects, we are having the Gradeup Super subscription. Okay, Naman Jain, Rajesh Yadav, Naman Jain sir, Rajesh Yadav sir, Harshal Upadhyay sir, Bharat Siddiqui sir, Shailendra Singh sir, Himani Suri ma'am, Pankaj Barman sir. Okay, so please make use of this Gradeup Super subscription, and also please join us on Telegram. On Telegram, you can search Gradeup IAS preparation, or you can search @IAS preparation strategy. Okay, you can search IAS preparation strategy, where it's a peer control group. You can ask any doubts which you have, and you can attend live sessions with faculty. And the faculty are also there on this group, so you can interact with us on this Telegram group. So download the Telegram app and join Gradeup, and also download the Gradeup app for practicing topic-wise quizzes and keep attending the live classes. Okay. So thank you so much, friends. That's the end of today's class. Let's meet again tomorrow at 2 p.m. for another session of the State of International Affairs. Bye-bye, take care, and all the very best.